I'm like, what? So you're telling me I'm Asian? Today we're doing my long awaited and requested DNA test results video. Yay! I finally got the results in. It would be interesting. Next thing we're going to get into is the DNA.
Baby. Hello, baby.
Okay guys, so here I am again in my trusted avocado chair. If you like avocados, like this video. Anyway, here again with my iPad and everything, and this time we're going to be diving into the DNA. As you can see, because it's hot outside, I have changed my setting into a more shady area, and I've also changed my outfit, which happens more often over the summer than needs to. I'm still not used to it after nearly 5 years. Help. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. I will try and put up a map of my ancestry on the screen for you guys so you guys can kind of look along with me and see what I'm talking about. But let's discuss the broad results first. Apparently, 23andMe has discovered that for my DNA, I am 64.9% sub-Saharan African. I am 34% European, and the remaining 1% or 1.1% that is left is other. Just either untraceable or unassigned, or they have hints of it, but it's basically unknown. So let's dive into the first category, my sub-Saharan African DNA, the majority of my DNA. I was quite surprised by the results of which I came. When you guys see the map, I basically do not cross beyond Central Africa. Northern Africa is like out of my DNA. There's nothing Moroccan about me, there's nothing Egyptian about me, there's like nothing Algerian, nothing Libyan, Yemish, Tunisian, any of that. Nothing. Nada. And I was like, okay, apparently I'm not a descendant of Cleopatra. But what I am is definitely, let me see, they have divided my sub-Saharan African DNA into, let's see, 50.6% West African, of which I am 22.2% Nigerian. I am 15.1% Ghanaian, Liberian, and Sierra Leonean, so I would say probably like about 5% each if I had to divide it myself, because they don't really give too many details on how they divide that, but I guess since it's like the same region that the DNA traces there. Let's see, I am 6.9% Senegambian and Guinean. Did not expect that. Senegal! Okay. Let's see, I am, 6.4% broadly West African, so I guess broadly my DNA could be traced to West Africa. A lot of this has to probably do with migration and history. We all know what happened. Let's see, next I am about 12.8% Congolese and Southern East African. And of that category, I am 12.12% Angolan and Congolese, and 0.6% broadly Congolese and Southern East African. Pretty interesting. So I guess you could say I would be mostly Congolese. I would like to go to Congo someday. That'd be interesting. Then the rest of it is about 0.7% African hunter-gatherer, which, yeah, traces way back to like I would say the beginning of human civilization. And then 0.8% broadly sub-Saharan African, and that's how they divided my 64.9% sub-Saharan African DNA. Now let's move on to the next category, European. They say I am 34% European, just 34% flat out. 34% of my 34% Northwestern European DNA. Apparently, I am 30.8% French and German. Not surprised by that, considering the Netherlands is smack dead in the middle of these two, together with Belgium and Luxembourg. So, being French and German does not surprise me at all. I was really expecting them just to say Dutch, but since that is a combination of those two ancestries, it's not surprising that they just chalked it up to that. Apparently, I am 2.6% British and Irish. How lovely is that? I already knew in a way that I would probably have some Irish DNA. Did not expect the British DNA, but it's mainly because of my family's name. It is an Irish last name, and therefore I subsequently knew that because of history, we would most likely have Irish DNA in our ancestry. Didn't expect it to be a lot. It isn't a lot, just 2.6%. That means about 1.3% British, 1.3% Irish. Maybe one's more, maybe the other's not. Who knows? But is subsequently that. And then they say broadly Northwestern European is 0.6%. So I found these first two divisions of my DNA surprising, but yet not that surprising. I kind of expected Africa and I expected Europe. And the way they divided it is pretty broad, pretty nice. When you look at the map, they give me like so much more detail as to the exact places where they could trace it from. For instance, I haven't heard anything about Austria, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, or any of that. But apparently parts of my DNA can be traced from there, from the broadly Northern European ancestry. Just like with the African ancestry, I know that apparently West African DNA can be traced out all the way from...
This is the part where I voice over because I found a better example for you guys. From Mauritania to Somalia to Madagascar to South Africa. And basically everything in between.
Heck. All that. Let's move on to the third and final category, my trace DNA, the 1.1% of which I am, which is divided into various smaller categories, which actually really surprised me. Let's start with the trace ancestry, as they call it. That's what the category is called. My 0.9% trace ancestry makes me 0.4% Filipino and Austronesian. I'm like, what? So you're telling me I'm Asian? Like, there's a little Asian in me? Like, what? Southeast Asian at that? Okay. Then I have 0.3% broadly Chinese and Southeast Asian.
Wow.
Like I said. Huh? Me? And it's very funny because only one person has ever told me, and I still don't understand why, that I look like I could have Asian DNA or Asian ancestors, and I still don't see how. I still don't see how, honestly. Leave a comment down below if you can see it, because maybe you can explain to me. They never did. I can't. Mind-blowing. And then apparently I am 0.2% Indigenous American. So all the comments that I got about, oh, you look like you could be Native American, have a 0.2% accuracy. So maybe I guess I can say I belong here. But yeah, that surprised me. Apparently I am more Southeast Asian than Native American. Wow. Whilst half my family being American. That is crazy to me. Anyway, then we also have 0.2% unassigned DNA. Actually, that would be, I guess, the fourth subcategory to make the whole number even, 100% of my DNA. And they say nothing about this, really. They just say,
there's a wide range of human DNA in the world, and sometimes our algorithm is unable to match a region of your DNA to a specific population with confidence. Individuals whose ancestors came from multiple continents and who mixed many generations are also typically seen more unassigned ancestry in their DNA composition. Individuals whose ancestors came from just one continent, or individuals whose ancestors intermixed more recently, typically see less unassigned ancestry.
well, considering that I am African American and European and 1% Asian, a lot has happened in my ancestors' history. So yes, I'm not surprised that I would come as a person who has some unassigned DNA. It is what it is, you know. But yes, guys, those were my results. I'm happy that I found out more about myself. So basically, the next question is, what now? Well, one thing that I did find out is that they have a book, a 23andMe DNA Ancestry book. And they also have various upgrades for the package that I already have that I can do. So I can get more reports, I can find out about my health, I can find out about various other things that I want to find out about, my weight, whatever else it may be. But what I would really love is a book about my traits, and I would love to actually start a library of my family's ancestry and their DNA, so that if I may have future children, nephews, nieces, whoever, I can pass that on to them so they know where they come from. And it's just something nice to keep in my house as well. I plan on convincing my parents to get one as well. So yeah, I can kind of see from who I got which DNA, because of course my DNA is a combination of theirs. And I would like to see who's to blame or who is the cause of some of my traits. I can already see some of it, like where I get what from, but in a broader spectrum, I would like to see like who's the cause of which DNA. Most likely, I kind of already have an idea of who's the cause of what, with my father being African American and my mother being African American and European as well. So I kind of can see where what came from a little bit with ancestry just by looking, but to know it in detail would be so awesome. Okay, lovelies, so that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video as much as I did, and enjoyed learning about my ancestry as much as I did as well. Were you surprised by anything? Leave a comment down below in the comment section, of course. What am I going to do with this knowledge? Well, I feel like diving into the history of the places that my ancestry traces from. Anyways, I feel like learning more languages because of this knowledge. I feel like I would love to travel to these places because of this knowledge, because now I feel kind of a sense of more belonging in this world, as if I can actually see like kind of where I'm from and make home out of any place that I see fit. And even if I don't make it my home, just to see it and know about it gives me a sense that I will get to know more about myself as well. So with that being said, besides getting my ancestry book and diving into my own history a little bit deeper after this, who knows, maybe in the future I might do another ancestry test. Because I believe that with the future development of science and technology that we might find more to discover about ourselves. And that we might even dive deeper into how our DNA is stacked, basically. Well, that being said, I'll also be making more videos. Summer is coming. I can feel the heat.
Hi, kitty. Come and say hello. Hi.
So yeah, that's it for this week's video. If you guys have any suggestions for any more videos in the future, leave a comment down below in the comment section. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe? Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, mwah! Deuces! I was like, what? I'm what? Now basically the question I guess will be, what now?